Hi, good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending upon where in the world you are today. I am Diane Kirkora, CEO of PartnerPath, and welcome to Technology Channel Videocast. With me on the other coast, I've got Charlene O'Hanlon. Hi, Charlene, how you doing?
I'm great, Diane. How are you?
I'm enjoying the backyard today. However, I'm not sure the lovely white cord goes with the outfit, but you know, we're working, enjoying the last of summer here in California.
Good for you. Good for you. I should be outside as well because it's a gorgeous day here, but duty calls.
Work calls. I hate when that happens. Right, so today we're going to talk about a topic that we just had in a webinar when we had Darren Bibby at DocuSign on to talk about how do you manage multiple channel models. And really the topic is this idea of a kind of a Rubik's Cube of options for engaging partners. And in the Rubik's Cube, there are things like, there's kind of the three sides, why we call it a Rubik's Cube. The partner types, right, in terms of segmentation. So you've got ISVs and MSPs and VARs and DMRs and a whole bunch of acronyms, right, going on there. And then you've kind of got another slice, which is what we call transaction models. So those guys can buy direct or through distribution or a cloud aggregator, right? So there's kind of that additional confusion to the overall channel model. And then you add kind of the third edit of the channel model, which is what we call engagement model or engagement type, which is everything from do they refer, resell, bundle, or OEM, right? So you can have all of these kind of options, which can make it very complex. And that was kind of our topic around how do you manage this? How do you simplify it? What's the strategy?
You know, life used to be so much simpler, right? You had like one channel model and you spoke to that one channel model and that was it.
We used to have distribution and VARs, and it was great. It was linear, it was resell. I mean, vendors sold to distributors who sold to VARs who sold to the end customer.
Yeah, it was so much easier to write about too back in the day.
Back in the day. So one of the things that we really talked about, what I'd like to hear you kind of weigh in on as well, is that, you know, with this kind of complexity adds, you know, the partners can be in multiple programs, right? So this is kind of what we've talked about in the past is like, how do you keep it simple for the partners to try to understand where they should sign up for you as a vendor for your programs? Do they have to be in a resell program and a referral program? Do they sign up for the ISV program because they also have some technology, or are they a MSP or a VAR, right? I mean, we've talked about it from the study before that when we ask the partners what they are to raise their hand, they raise their hand on an average of 2.6 times when we ask them VAR, MSP, cloud service provider. So on an average, 2.6 times they raise their hand when we ask them what they call themselves. So there's just a lot of kind of multiple channel model stuff going on.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to get any easier. I think that we are moving so far away from this kind of these solid silos of channel partners that soon enough it's going to be completely impossible to really kind of put them in a particular bucket. And I think what needs to happen, instead of having, you know, a systems integrator program and a value-added reseller program and a distributor, all these different ones, I think there needs to be kind of a bare bones framework that the partner can go in and choose how they want to be known as with that particular company. So, because they could be a managed services provider with one vendor, and they could be a systems integrator with another partner. You know, they're all over the place these days. So, if vendors can maybe create some sort of, as I said, bare bones framework to allow that has just some of the real basic stuff in there. I mean, you know, how the partner categorizes itself, what that means, and what their business plan is basically with that partner. And then from there, maybe have a list of kind of a la carte offerings or services or programs that that the partner can sign up with and kind of create this fully customized program for them, because I don't think there's ever going to be a time when a one-size-fits-all program is going to work. I don't think it ever actually worked, but I think it was close enough that partners just kind of dealt with it, and life went on. But I don't think it's going to happen anymore.
No, and I agree. I don't think that, kind of the one size fits all is ever going to work, because they're not anywhere near one size fits all, especially when you start layering in verticals. And Darren talked a lot yesterday about, kind of the vertical options. So they're never really going to be, again, a one size fits all. And I think that we are, as a vendor community, need to get comfortable with the fact that it's going to be harder for us to manage and easy, but we need to make it easier for the partners. So this idea that, of letting the partners kind of choose or add their benefits or how they engage with you, which will make it a little bit more complex for the vendors to manage, right? Because they don't fit neatly into a pyramid or these different slices of kind of the segmentation. So it's going to be harder for the vendors, but hopefully we can have, automation that helps do that. But the goal is really, as we've talked about all year long, to make it easier for the partners, because that is the experience, right? And the partner's experience will drive engagement, and engagement will drive sales.
Right, and along with that, that should also be reflected in the changing role of the partner account manager. I mean, they should have more of that strategic relationship with the channel partners. So I think a lot of those conversations will actually help kind of drive the programs and the benefits that the partners will sign up for, because they're now, they're not being forced into one particular category. And along with that, I think even though automation will help quite a bit with this, especially as we go more customized, I think it also gives the partner a better opportunity to have control of their relationship with the vendor and how they want to be a partner with that vendor. So that also means that they're going to have to kind of work, I don't want to say work a little harder, but actually be more involved in that relationship and be more vocal in what they want and what they need, and then and sometimes actually go do it themselves to make sure that it is what they're looking for and what they want.
Yeah. Also, we talked about with all these kind of this Rubik's Cube idea of different options and different varieties. It really, on the vendor side, flexibility seems to be kind of a key theme as you go forward as vendors to create your programs or to create segmentation. There should be segmentation, right? All partners shouldn't just kind of be lumped into, again, one size does not fit all. So we're talking a lot about how do you be flexible with how the partner wants to engage and what their business models are. And then Darren came up with this, great conversation around flexible but organized. Because we couldn't really go flexible and simple, because that might not be simple if it's, kind of the partner can pick and choose, but flexible and organized. So we really kind of grabbed a hold of the flexible and organized.
Well, I think as chaos ensues, organization is going to be essential, right? And we're rapidly hurtling toward chaos in the channel when it comes to vendor programs, because of the changing role of the channel partner these days. So I think the vendor that actually can do this new next generation channel program makeup, if you will, and do it well enough that that it becomes a template, if you will, for other channel companies to follow. I think they're going to be the ones who are, really the trailblazers when it comes to these new channel partners, and they're the ones that the partner's going to keep coming back to.
We're hurtling through to chaos in many, many areas of life right now, but we'll just leave it at that for today. Thank you, Charlene. Let's not get into the political conversation around chaos ensuing in our lives.
I I had no idea what you were talking about.
No
Diane.
idea what I'm talking about. I know. No. We'll look back on this and, end of September 2018, some years in the past, and we'll hopefully laugh at it, hopefully. Anyway, thank you, Charlene, for bantering about this idea of, random multiple models, channel models, and how, what's the next step and version of that. We will see you all next week.
Thank you, Diane.